Um, Welcome to my MS channel. It's called Mr. and MS. My name's Terry Gale. The channel really is for people who've been newly diagnosed with MS, or for people who've got family members who have got MS, or what I like to call people who might be MS curious. I'm not really going to talk about how you contract MS. Nobody knows. If you're already on my channel, you already know a little bit about MS, I hope. So I'm not really going to focus too much on um, uh, what causes MS. We should all know it's about myelin that protects your nerves and the depletion of that, because your immune system believes that the myelin coating is actually a foreign body and attacks it, and it creates lesions and inflammation, and that leads to all manners of disability. But if you want more details on um, multiple sclerosis in itself, you can of course go to the MS Society. There's also the MS Trust. There's a group called Shift MS, which I found pretty useful. And of course, you can speak to your MS nurse or your neurologist if you need more information. I'm really going to be talking about some of the specific symptoms that, as a sufferer or a survivor, I suppose, of MS, you have to deal with. There are numerous, and I find it difficult sometimes to name them all. It's probably easier to tell you the symptoms that you don't get, but the reality is you can have problems with your vision, as I've had. Something called optic neuritis, which we will talk about at another time, but you can also have dizziness problems, problems with your balance, problems with your bladder, or as I like to call it, tinkle time. You can also have problems with your bowels. There's stiffness and weakness issues. You may also have tremors, spasticity. I can't believe it's called spasticity still. You thought they would have come up with a new name for it. I always think of spastic, and that's not a very nice word, but when you go and you look into spasticity, you end up going to a spasticity clinic where you sit with lots of other people who have stiffness and spasticity problems, and you wait to go for your treatment. But we're going to cover that as well, a little bit on tremors, the general loss of function. Depending on how MS affects you, it's very much down my right hand side. So my right hand is offers little or no use other than as a general support. I can't grip with it. We're going to talk a little bit about that, and of course we've got to cover the memory problems, and last but not least, and I won't get to this last, but is the sexual problems. Ooh, dare we even talk about that? But I want to talk about the first big major issue, which may well strike you if you have been newly diagnosed with MS, or frankly, if you've had it for years and years, and that is mental health. It's been in the media a lot, certainly in the UK. It's talked about a lot. Depression, suicidal thoughts, dealing with mental health problems, low mood. You can go from one extreme where you're just feeling sad when you wake up in the morning to the other extreme where you are actually contemplating a suicide. And I can safely say I've been at both ends of that. And we're going to talk a little bit more about how we deal with that. I'll tell you what I've done, what I do, how to manage your mental health. And I think more than any other symptom that you might have to deal with, I think managing and conquering the problems of the mind and how your mental health is of crucial importance to um, maintaining your own sense of well-being. It is crucial. So we're going to talk about that. I'm going to tell you about what I've done, tell you about a little bit about my life. So let's get into it and see where we go. Thanks for watching this far, and I hope you enjoy what I'll be doing over the next, well, months and years, hopefully. Thanks.